Our homes are meant to be a safe space for us to retreat to. And as we get older, it's that much more important to make it as comfortable and functional as possible.
Ron Traub, member of AARP Illinois State Executive Council, sat down with me to share about the Home Fit program and how AARP is helping people across Illinois.
It's an initiative that AARP undertook perhaps about 15 years ago. And the concept behind it is really to enable people to stay in their homes, particularly as they age. The difficulty is that individuals want to stay in their homes, but their homes are not designed for their particular the uniqueness of aging, if you will.
Why is it so important to get this information out? What's in it? What people can get from it?
Well, there's information in both the booklet as well as our online program that will educate, if you will, or provide information for people that are interested in, again, staying within their homes and how to equip those homes so that they're more user-friendly.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think that you get to a certain point and you can't stay in your home, but they don't realize how many advancements might be out there to help them.
Absolutely, absolutely. And very simple things, and they're not even necessarily age-related. For example, one of the things that the booklet talks about is having a mat as you enter the house. Well, from the standpoint of somebody who might be older and have balance issues, that's important because you certainly don't want to slip as you enter a house, but it just makes good sense for someone of younger age so that they don't slip and hurt themselves as well.
And I imagine, too, it's a good guide for people to get as they are younger so that they can age in place gracefully, from faucets to door latches to things that are smaller that you can make changes along the way.
Absolutely. And it's not necessarily age sensitive, as you pointed out. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, because a lot of people have mobility issues no matter what the age is.
And even if they're not mobility issues, just little heads up things that maybe they didn't think about or hadn't considered that are useful to put in place that just help them live more comfortably in their homes.
Okay, so we don't know what we don't know. So how can folks learn how to use the guide? I understand you guys have some training coming up too.
Absolutely. Well, there are two ways. One is what I like to refer to as the 20th century way of learning, which is by reading.
Yes.
And we have a booklet here that's available to individuals so they can basically read it and skip through it at their own pace. But then also, leaping ahead to the 21st century, there's an online program that AARP will be airing on April 10th, where individuals can learn more about our Home Fit program.
Can they reach out to you, too, as they're getting into the program for questions and steps along the way?
When you say get a hold of me, not
you
me personally,
AARP in general.
Absolutely,
okay.
Absolutely. The AARP website for individuals that haven't been there is just has an immense amount of information, and one of them obviously is the category Home Fit, which folks can turn to and again refer to what as their own needs dictate.
When should people start looking into AARP, because it's so much more than it used to be?
Absolutely. Well, the interesting thing about AARP is, again, it's just a growing entity, again, in part because the general population of the country is growing older, but also individuals are demanding more of the organization. So, again, the organization has grown to meet those needs.
All right, scan that QR code on your screen or visit aarp.org/your to learn more about the Fit and order a free copy of the guide. The number is also there, as well as the site for the upcoming webinar happening April 10th.